Good morning. Good morning. Hello. There I am. Hi. Hi. Hey, hey. Hey, 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 hey. Today is Monday, which means Neon gets to code a data pack. I feel like I made this joke last week. Fear not, for I am here. Hi, Crimson. How are you? How are you? Welcome in. You're early again. That's cool. But yeah, you saw the title. I think, I hope it's right on Twitch. Hold on. It's not showing up right in my restream, but it appears to be correct on Twitch. Okay. That's fine. Hello, hello, hello. I wanted to record a message to you if you could set it on your first night. Dude, I used to have that whole thing memorized, and I don't anymore. But yeah, today we're gonna be coding today. That's gonna be fun. Cause I've never done like a specifically coding streams, mostly because I haven't needed to, because I had already known how to do all the back end stuff, and I've shown a little bit of it on stream when I'm like adding posers and stuff, but we're gonna be like deep diving today, right? And that is why I'm so glad I'm not so old that FNAF 1 is considered old. FNAF 1 is not considered old, is it? I don't think it is. But anyway, you will notice that when I switch to this scene right here, we got a different format today. And that is because I want to focus very much on the coding aspect of today. Whoop. There we go. Okay. This right here is the spawn pool for Bovenile, right? Which we're gonna need to work on later today. And then I also have FNAF 1 came out in 2014. That's only 11 years. That's not that long compared to like, well, actually, yeah, it probably is. It's newer than Pokemon X and Y. Let's see here. Am I loud today? I feel loud today. Is that should be better. It's a decade ago. It's over a decade ago. But yeah, I also have this, which, since I'm going to be referring to the wiki a lot, I have the wiki pulled up here, and we're going to be following it, okay? And since this is all like new code to me, like I've never done this type of stuff here before, with like species features and stuff, which is what we're gonna be doing today in order to make Bovenile's swamp form, right? Everything's newer than Pokemon. Even Pokemon. But what we're going to do, I think it's, yeah, species features? Blah 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 blah, examples, multiple textures. Okay, so basically, what we're gonna do is, I think we need to do species feature assignments. Yes, okay. No. What is it? Species additions? No. Chat, I'm already lost. But anyway, I literally the other day I went and I made like a text document of the steps that I need to take in order to make this thing work. So that's what we're gonna follow. And since all this stuff is new to me, I'm not going to be using copy paste, so that I can really get the coding 101 stuff, the real experience, you know. But first, what I need to do is I need to add this to my files. Hold on, where do I put this? Item drops. Whoop. Species file breakdown. Okay. I know there's a it's not data packable move effects. It's not this. Multiple visual variants, I think. Yes, it's this. Okay. So, arrange the folders in this add-on. Yeah, we got all that. So, I need to go to spawn pool world. And I need to put species feature assignments and species features. I'm making those folders now. Species underscore features. And then we need species feature assignments. Okay, you didn't see that, but I have the new I have the new files. And then blah 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 blah. Create your assets. Yeah, we have the assets already. Create a species feature. Alright, create a new text file and name it after your idea. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go species features. We're going to create a new text document. I'm going to name it mud underscore pattern dot JSON. Yep. And then we have our new JSON file. Nice. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Yeah, right? It's awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna fill out, I believe, all of this. So we need type, keys, default, choices as aspect. And again, I did write out a step-by-step guide so that I can have this screen open and then also refer to chat and this at the same. Oh, where'd it go? There we go. So I have it on my other screen, so you can't see it, but I can. So we're gonna do dupe. We're gonna do type. Whoop. And it is gonna be choice because there's two types of things, I believe. Yeah, there's yeah, the flag type feature is for like regional forms, which we're not doing a regional form. We're doing choice, so we can do like just like visual differences, you know? So we're gonna do that, and then we need a keys. And the keys, I believe, is just like what the species feature is going to be called. So we'll just call it mud pattern, right? Boop boop boop. And then we're gonna make the default. This will be the default that they all get set to. So we'll do river form because there's river and swamp form for Boven Isle. So we're gonna do river. And then we need the choices. Boop. Here, hold on. Boop, 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 boop. We need river, I think, please. And then swamp. Right? Okay. Comma. And then is aspect. What does is aspect do? Let's check. I don't actually recall what is aspect does. Boop. Is aspect whether or not the feature is also an aspect. Okay. I don't know what that means, but we're just gonna set it to true because it says it normally set it to true. Oh, okay, never mind. Aspect is, I believe that allows you to do visual. Like, if you set it to false, it'll make it so that you can't have, like, visual differences and stuff. I believe what that is. That's what that is. So we're just gonna set that to true. Whoop. I'm gonna put that in quotes. And then we've got aspect format. Like that. And this aspect format is what you use it to just, like, I guess, refer to each choice in the other files, you know? So, like, whatever I name aspect format, I'm gonna have to refer to that in the other files. So we'll do mud pattern and then choice, like this. Alright, and just putting this in brackets like that, just allows you to, it just fills in whatever choice up here, you know? So you can refer to mud pattern river or mud pattern swamp, you know? Boop, boop. And that should be it, honestly. I think that should be it for the species feature. Let's put that through the JSON checker. It's invalid. Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot. I just need to get rid of that. Boop, 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 boop. Yep, now it's valid. Okay. Next step. Whoop. Here. Okay. So we just did all this, save the file, put it in the species features folder. Okay. And you know the crazy part? The crazy part is that the species features are, like, not they're not restricted to, like, one Pokemon each. So I could give literally any Pokemon the mud pattern feature now. Not that it would do anything, but I could just, like, apply it to things, which I think is very neat. Even though the choice is random, yeah, I didn't make it random. I made the default river. Create a species feature assignments file. Okay. And then the species feature assignments is a very short JSON that has a list of one or more Pokemon that will receive one or more features. So yeah, this is where I assign them all. So for example, if I wanted to make like Raktor able to have mud pattern, I could assign Raktor mud pattern, you know? Can't remember if I asked this already, but what's your opinion on Has Been Hotel? I have bad memory. I remember talking about it like once. I've literally never seen it, so I have no opinion on it. I have watched completely zero VivziePop media in my life. I know that's a lame answer, but it is what it is. But we're gonna make the new species feature assignment file now. I believe I can just name it mud pattern as well, so I can do text document. Whoop. Mud underscore pattern dot JSON. It's fun. Why is my caps lock just broken? Hello? My cat. Hello? What happened? Hold on. For some reason, I'm typing in all caps. Okay, now I'm not. Don't know what happened. But the light on my keyboard for caps lock does not work anymore. So that's fun. That's real fun. I just got done designing my OC center. That does sound fun. We're gonna open up this. All right, so we got mud pattern, and we got mud pattern, and it's literally just gonna look like this, I think. We gotta do 3D model. Oh, that's cool. Are you using I don't remember what the program's called. TV-based center theme, themed around short-form videos, or as a friend called it, brain rot. Good. Not that brain rot itself should be considered a sin, but I guess getting addicted to it. Features. Mud underscore pattern. Okay. I think this is literally it for the species feature assignment. Using 3D Max. Ah, okay. That's okay. I couldn't remember the name of it, but yes, thank you. I've been successfully reminded. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So after this, I feel like I don't remember what to do next. Sadly, there's stuck T-posing. I'm sure you can fix that. I don't know how to rig them. Oh yeah, that's fair. I also don't know how to rig models, so like that aren't in Blockbench. Alright, create special spawns for your variants. Okay. Send some images of them, but don't want to distract you too much. You can after stream, feel free. Alright, and then it's telling me here to just like use RBox spawn pool and just like make it myself, or like use a reference. Luckily, we have a reference already, and it's called the Bovenile spawn pool world file that I have already. Can I make... Can't pause until you rig them and they have the clothing work the way it needs to. Yeah. I have no idea how any of that works. I'm gonna look at spawn pool world. Yes, okay. Can I add multiple presets? Presets. I believe I can. Okay. Hello. Hi, Furlax. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. We're doing a fun type of stream today. Alright. Good. I was asleep yesterday, and you know what? That's fair. If I wasn't on my current, like... If I wasn't in my current sleep schedule, I probably would have been asleep too. You can reply. Don't feel bad. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But we're coding today. We're doing all sorts of code today, and we're doing it without using copy paste because it's like a new code that I've never done before. So we're like working on adding in a form for Bovenile, which is fun. Chess rematch late? Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Let's see here. What we need to do, and this is gonna be hard for me to explain, but basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to remake this spawn pool, because right now it's weird, and I think your brain is already cooked from looking at these codes. Don't worry, I'll try to walk you through. I'm trying to walk you through the like chat through it, you know. Basically, what I'm gonna try and do is I'm going to take... Actually, I'm going to keep these, and then I'm going to add 2 more for swamp patterns. So these are going to be the river pattern Bovenile, and then the 2 that I'm going to add are going to be swamp pattern Bovenile. How I'm going to do that, I'm going to add natural, like that, to here. I think I'm gonna do that, actually. I'm gonna do something like this. And then... Let's see here. What do I need to do? I need to... Instead of Bovenile 1, I need it to be Bovenile River 1, right? And then here... I'm literally just going to add space mud underscore pattern equals river, because we assigned him the mud pattern attribute here, right? And then we defined the different types of mud patterns you can have. So we can just do mud pattern equals river, and that should work. He also has a song called Welcome On In, because you know Colt. Yeah. That's fun. But, alright, I just dropped the pencil on the ground. That's fun. And I think we're gonna do the same thing here. We're gonna do Bovenile River 2. And then Bovenile mud underscore pattern equals river. And we need to add an anti-condition. And the anti-condition will be the biomes that they're in. Which I believe is going to be in Spawn Pool World. Let's see here. Presets, you may use any of these presets. Bucket, weight, anti-condition. Is there a biome list? I swear there is somewhere. Spawn condition. Biomes. Spawn deal preset. Detail presets. Biomes. Cobblemon biome tags. Yes, this is it. Okay, so we want to remove... Where is it? Okay. So basically, we want to remove... Cobblemon is swamp. I'm looking at this code and it's causing my brain to fizzling out. Yeah, how do you think I feel? I'm like trying to understand it one by one, but I'm going to forget all of it, and I already know. But what we need to do is we need to add Cobblemon is swamp to the anti-conditions here. Yes, okay. I believe that is correct. So we're gonna do that, and then hash Cobblemon is swamp. Right? And then I will just throw that down here as well. Like that. And then I need to add 2 more of these. AI is replacing people, so now people are getting unemployed. And then here I am. I don't need to be employed. I will code humanly anyway. Alright, I need 2 of these. Like that. So we're gonna have a very long spawn pool, which is fine. And then I need to... That's not the right Google. Okay. And then you see here, ID Arbok Classic 1 and then Arbok Legacy 1. So we're gonna need to make Bovenile Swamp 1 and then Bovenile Swamp 2. I thought it would be 3 and 4. I'm glad I checked. Because instead of 3 and 4, it needs to be... so we got River 2, and then we need Swamp 1. And then we change the mud pattern to Swamp. And then we change this anti-condition to is river, right? Yes, okay. And then this needs to be swamp. And then it'll spawn the mud pattern swamp. And then I literally don't think this ID matters. I think it's just to set yourself apart. I think it's to just set itself apart for yourself, right? So you can just look at it and be like, oh, okay, that's this spawn condition, right? Like if I want to edit swamp spawns, I just look for swamp. If I want to edit river, I just look for river. I think that's all the ID is for. And it's probably something back-end with, like, the mod that... But I don't, like, interact with it in any other files. And then I need to change the anti-condition to river. And you could probably guess this, but the anti-condition is things that prevent this, this variant to spawn, you know? So the swamp can't spawn in the river, but it can spawn in other freshwater, you know? Which the only 2 freshwater is swamp and river, so you kind of just remove one or the other. I hope that makes sense. And that should be it for this file. Let's run it through the JSON checker to make sure it's correct. It is valid. Wow, first try. I also want to run this through the JSON checker, even though it is 4 lines of code. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna forget them all. For real. Alright, and then what do we do? Chat, what do we do? Create the resolver file for your variants. Back in step 3, you should have already made the models, textures, animations, posers. Yep, okay. If you do not specify a model or poser file for each aspect, they will use whatever was assigned to the variation with no aspects assigned. So some as variations do not list every property. I don't know what this means. I think the models and this stuff should be fine. I think it's literally I think it's just the resolver that we have to edit, which you'll see what the resolver is in a second. And you'll see I already clicked on these two. It's because we need to boop boop on GitHub here. I use this as a I'm using this as a base for the textures because the resolver literally all it does is it assigns textures, right? Which is pretty simple. It's like, oh, so if it has this aspect, it uses this texture. If it has this aspect, it has this texture, you know? It's super simple. And then this stuff at the top is the poser file to refer to and the model to refer to, which is the case for for all the forms because the model, the poser don't change. Makes sense? I hope so. Good. Let me open up the resolver file for Bovenile. Where is it? Here it is. So this is Bovenile's resolver at the moment. I'm actually gonna simplify it a little bit. Just make this like that. I don't think I need layers. Yeah, layers is not necessary. And what I need to do is I need to add Okay. So I need to check and see. It's Bovenile and the Bovenile Swamp. Bovenile _ swamp. Okay. So what we need to do is something like this, I believe. Random question. Does this sound cultish enough for a cult leader to sing? You step closer, you're nearly one of us already. Yes. Yeah. That checks out. Heck. We're gonna do something like this, and then we're gonna do aspects, and then we're gonna do good, yeah. Aspects, mud, oh, and this is a mud pattern river. Okay. So the reason why it's dashed like that is because we put the aspect format here, so it's calling on this right here. Mud pattern river. And then I'll call on it right here. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Can't tell how far. This is like the last step, I think. And then I'm just gonna copy this because it's just the same thing. Right? And then we need this again. I already typed it so I can copy paste it. That's the rule. Mud pattern river. And then we also need shiny. Like that. And then after that we get to troubleshoot, you know? And then Boveniles. Okay, right? Oh, and we also need to change how Caffalo evolves. We need to do that as well. And then I need to take these. And I need to add mud pattern swamp. Bovenile underscore swamp. And then shiny and swamp. We need to do Bovenile S swamp like that. And then remove that and copy. Invalid JSON. Oh, I'm dumb because, yeah. I just need to get rid of all that. Save, copy, paste. Okay, now it's valid. Let's go! Neon, did you hear about what Steam... Are you talking about the Gabe Cube? I heard about that. And then, if we go over to... They're here trying to kill the console VR controller wars all in one swoop. Yeah, you can have a console with Linux now. Yeah, and it's gonna say test your add-on in game, which I guess we should do, huh? Y'all ready to test the add-on in game, chat? We're gonna see if Bovenile spawns with the right textures. So remember, it's only gonna cost like 500. That's on the steeper end of consoles that I've purchased in my life, but I know they've gotten more expensive, and I don't have like the super new stuff. So that sounds pretty decent for the fact that it has all of Steam on it, plus like a ton of stuff. Whoop. We're gonna open Minecraft. We are going to, first of all, do the old Classico, replace the resource pack with the boop, boop, boop. And we're gonna pray it doesn't crash. Ready, chat? Is it gonna crash? The console is basically a PC. You can run Windows on it. That's really funny. Which means you can emulate things. Yeah. Alright. So, the game didn't crash. I'm going to now replace the data pack. The fact that the game didn't crash right then, by the way, is a very good sign. Here we go. Boop, boop, boop. And now we are going to reopen the world. So you can theoretically play Steam. Yeah, you can just run emulators off of it. Alright, also, they're doing a VR headset, which is what... Yeah, I saw that too. Just like everything in one. Before we test the Bovenile stuff, I want to show off a cool thing that I did. Which is... I figured out how to change these mons' walk speeds. So look at this. If I just take like a bunch of randos that we've done already. Watch this. They all have different walk speeds now, and it actually like matches their animation. Isn't that cool? Look how slow Larform is. But I went through last night and I changed all their walk speeds. Can you feed them? Not yet. That's not a feature in Cobblemon, I don't think. They're so adorable, right? I especially like Furley. Furley's turned out really well. He walks really slow. I guess when he runs, he'll be much faster, I guess. But, yeah. Why is Rufin there? Hello? Boop, 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 boop. Just wait to give them custom moves and abilities. That's actually gonna happen in, like, 4 days. I'm not even kidding. That's probably gonna be what next stream is. Hi, Presto. How are you? Welcome in. How are you doing? Why is he big? I fixed it. I swear I fixed this. I fixed this over the weekend. When leaf pile with eyes Pokemon, I think you're thinking of Tangela. Hold on, I'm fixing this real quick. This is stupid. I literally changed all this. Tangela's a noodle Pokemon. Also, 8 more slots till I have a full pay. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Bovenile. I literally fixed this already. I think it was that. And then that? No. That. Whoop. And it lags. You've been watching Fakemon artists for the last few days. There was a Tangela side evolution into a dominatrix with a vine whip. Oh lord. My music's gone. Hold on. Boop. There we go. Alright. I need to move it down by a little bit. We'll do 0.65. And then for the profile, we're gonna lower it by like 0.5. Yes, I'm not showing the code on screen because this is boring. What are we doing today? We're working on Bovenile. We just got done doing all like the basic code for his alternate form. Yeah, second form of this guy. But I'm trying to fix his like this because I fixed it over the weekend and it undid. I don't know, I'm showing code on screen all the time. I mean, I could do this. But I don't know if you guys want to look at this while I'm doing the mods. Big boy can't fit in preview. That's what I'm saying. Yay, code! Alright. Okay, I'm boring. Ah! Back to MC. I need to change this by 0.4, I think, and then I need to make this 0.6 like that, I believe. I like very roughly remember what the specs were for this, but I can't remember exactly. Need to code some stuff here while I have power. That's a good idea. You should do that. Coding sense. Okay, I need to move Bovenile the other way in this. 6. And then I need to do negative here. And then we can do like 7 there. Oh, that is that. Okay. OBS. That's not what I wanted. There's a reason why I did this off stream. 60066. What are you talking about, Grim? Oh, you just like my nonsense that I'm rambling about. Alright. Let's compare him with his pre-Evo. He's a little high up. 6, 7, he said. Dude, I said funny! Ha 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 ha. Just for that, I'm changing it to 8. Yeah, I know. I know, Krim. I did say the funny thing. And now I'm gonna become famous because I said the funny number. Ta-da! Check that out. We fixed it. It only took like 5 numbers. It only took like 10 attempts to get it correct. And it looks lit. Alright, now we get to test out if the spawn pool world works. We're going to go to a river. Locate. We're just gonna do swamp first, okay? I know something easy to break. Small boy and small big boy. Yep. Check spawn uncommon. I'm not seeing Bovenile on this list. Huh. Did I do something wrong? What if I go to a river? Boop boop. This is river, correct? Yes. Check spawn uncommon. Yamaga Floatzel, Buizel, Yamba, Magikarp. There's no... Okay, so apparently I broke it. What's next? Small, large boy? Apparently. Apparently I broke it. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna try and fix what we broke. How about that, chat? So, okay, actually, before we do, I want to see if I can / give Pokemon Bovenile. If I do that, it gives me a regular one. What if I do mud _ pattern equals river? Gives me that. What if I do swamp? It does give me the swamp pattern. If I do mud pattern equals swamp. So they are both in the game, right? What if I do mud pattern equals swamp shiny? Yeah. It works, right? Which is cool. I should have tested that immediately without the spawn pool world. Let's get rid of this guy. Oh, let's get rid of this guy. Give Pokemon, and then if I get rid of this and just do Bovenile shiny, it'll give me the regular form, right? So, as it turns out, we did code... We did code these correctly. I don't know what's wrong with the spawn pool file. We can check though. Boop. We're gonna hide this actually. We're gonna go back here. Okay. Okay. This. Okay. I have a feeling I know what's wrong. Actually, I don't know what's wrong. Let's see. What if I change this? Is river. And then I change this one to is river. And then I change this one to is swamp. And then is swamp. Like that. Right? And then we go... where do we go? I'm gonna replace the data pack. Okay. And then we can go here. And then here. And then here. Maybe this will work. So I'm in a river. That's a flower forest. This is a river. That's a flower forest. Here's a river. Okay. Check spawn uncommon. Bidoof, Cafalo, Masquerain, Eon Mega, Floatzel, Gyarados. Weird. What if I head over to the swamp? Bovenile. He can spawn here. Which is strange. But you know what? We're gonna try it. Spawn Pokemon from pool. We're gonna do 25. And we're gonna see if a Bovenile spawned. Oh yeah, another thing, Neon, did you hear that MC Killer is revived? What is that? I don't know what that is. Also, new bug that I found while testing earlier. For some reason, these guys spawn in trees. I don't know why. And I don't know how to fix it. How about if I do say at E type equals Cobblemon Pokemon? They are bug types. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Hightail has been reobtained by the original owner. Does anybody see a Bovenile in here? Now make a feature, type him on. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. That's what we're doing right now. I see Cafalo. I see multiple Cafalo. I don't see a Bovenile though. Which means we try again. A bug Pokemon that evolves in a feature Pokemon. Yes, yes, of course, of course. What biome is this? This is a river. Check spawn. Uncommon. Bovenile can spawn here. Okay, he can spawn in the river. Let's just spawn stuff here. 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Are we seeing anything? Say all Pokemon. That's a lot of things. I should have expected it. Does anybody see a Bovenile? Jupiter Cottony. Ducklet, blah 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 blah, Bidoof, Barboach, Lotek, Airblast, Corvage, Barbos, Beryl, Lechunk, Barboach. Don't see any. I don't even see a cat. Oh wait, I do see a Cafalo. Oh, Wiglet. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was a Bovenile. Johnny, they're in the trees. They're in the freaking trees. Oh yeah, and they can also spawn in mangroves. That's another thing. This is like the perfect area to test this, by the way. Can I just say? Like if I just do this, I could probably get a Bovenile to spawn somewhere. Blah 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 blah. Don't you love this part of the playtesting? This is a necessary part because you gotta make sure that they spawn with the right forms, and this, as to my knowledge, is the most efficient way of doing that. I'm not seeing a Bovenile though. I'm seeing a lot of Barboach, a lot of Ducklet, a lot of Bidoof. A lot of Corfish, actually. I'm not seeing a Bovenile. I don't even see Cafalo in this one, I'm not gonna lie to you. What the heck is this? Hello? Wait, no, wait. There's a Cafalo. I just saw this through random chance because whatever this thing is just here. I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna try to find out though, because I don't want to get distracted. Let's try right here. Anybody see one? It's a Carnivine. More like a Codfalo. Okay. He's in the water. He's in the freaking water. Man, I know I made these guys rare, but like, jeezums. Fishotar. Alright. B, we got Bidoof, we got Budoo, we got Basculin, Butterfree, Budoo, Bidoof, Corfish, Bidoof. Johnny, they on the water, they trees in the water. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. Once again, not seeing much. What if I go over here and I do a spawn Pokemon Bovenile? Okay, it doesn't, because of course it wouldn't. Yeah. That checks out though. I didn't expect that to work. For context, Hytale was a game in development like 4 years ago, not brought up by Activision. They got canceled because the original owner left it for regional, got the rights back so you can finish it. See, I saw a lot of people hyped about Hytale actually. Is that a sudden my brain is debraining or not? You know what? I don't think debraining is really any different from me just working on a normal day. I think my brain is always in the state of debraining, so. Yeah, I got a new video on their channel. Interesting. I might have to watch it. I never followed like Hytale's development or anything, but I do know people that are like, wow, Hytale, you know? What if I fly really high up and make them all despawn? I come back down and I'm like here and I do it. Okay, never mind. We're really reviving a game that was thought to be dead. I thought it was dead for a very long time. There's a Caffalo on the tree over there. Maybe I go over here and try it. Like here. Dude, I'm gonna end up finding like a shiny before I get what I'm looking for. We got a whole anime development arc for this game before GTA 6. Well, the original owner has almost everything set up. That's cool. I wonder if people will actually play Hytale though, because it's kind of had like a rocky development cycle. Again, in the tree. Literally my entire goal right now is to just spawn a Bovenile in the swamp and see. And I don't want to change its like rarity for fear of breaking something, because I know that is something possible. It's a tree fish, ma. Yep. Despite my best efforts. Say, hold on. Any Bovenile? Caffalo. Lechonk. That's like almost a cow. Another Caffalo. Another Caffalo. No Bovenile though. Where are all the Caffalos at? Gonna be a lot like MC's development with beta versions and fans giving feedback. Well, old MC. This mon is stubborn, like if you bowl or something. I mean, well, his kids surely aren't. I don't understand why they're spawning almost exclusively in the trees, though. It's getting kind of ridiculous. Another Left nut. What the heck? Hi, eggs. What do you? I don't. I'm afraid to ask what you mean by that. Maybe because dirt is dirty. Maybe. We're just gonna do this. Reset the spawns. We're just gonna do this. They don't want to be on a dirty dirt. All right. And then we say all the mons. Another Caffalo. check spawn uncommon. Okay, where I'm standing, Bovenile can't spawn. Hello? Now they can. Maybe I should spawn Pokemon from pool down here. Is that one? Nope, those are berry bushes. And then we say all the Pokemon. There's a lot more now. This is why I didn't want to do it on the ground. There's a Marshtomp. That's even more rare. Okay. Barboach, Carnivine, Lotad, Carablast, Barboach, Yanma, Funnelby, Lotad. Still nothing. Such attitude. You must make third form a gamer. Really try to avoid grass at all costs. For real. We're just gonna do that, and then we're gonna spawn 50 more. And I killed them all on accident, so that was a fluke. And then we're gonna say them all. Don't see one. We're gonna once again check spawn. Bovenile can spawn here. Watch, I just turn around, he's right there. Caffalo. What if you just go in a flat world? I mean, I could. I could, do, like, single biome. But then I wouldn't be able to test both forms. Do they spawn in the endless field, grassy field? No, they don't, because they would be the wrong biome. Which I guess I could, artificially change the biomes, but I want to test it in, like, a very controlled environment first, because this is where you're gonna actually find them, you know? We go again. Spawn, 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 spawn. Say. We're gonna do this until we find one, by the way. There's a Mascoon somewhere. Buizel. Baneri. Buizel. This thing is so stubborn. What if I walk, like, over here? Try it, like, here. That's not what I meant to do. Spawn from pool. A quick look. There's a Farfetch'd? Hello? Say. I apologize if this is boring, by the way, but, like, I really want this to work. I'm too invested now. No problem. Thank you. Thank you. There's another Caffalo in the tree in the corner of my screen, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. I wish I could spawn them from... Specifically the uncommon pool, but I don't think I can. Hi, Caffalo. At least you're spawning correctly. That's good. Hi, Golduck. I see a Golduck. Yeah. Tell me about it. That thing was freaky. Wait, you talking about the thing in the tree over here? Just an arachnid. He's just, you know, he's only, you know, nothing could spawn here now. Okay. He's only, you know, more rare than, or he's only slightly more common than Bovenile, so we're getting somewhere. To be fair, Bovenile is like a 2% chance to spawn from the uncommon pool, so like... Hi, Caffalo. Hi, Caffalo. Hi, Caffalo. Oh my god, why are they all in the trees? Maybe just remove all of their mons from spawn list. I'd have to write like a whole code to do that, and I don't know how to do that. Like I'd have to overwrite official code somehow. There's a bee barrel. We're getting close so I can feel it. We're like shiny hunting. Alright. And then we do say everything again. Jupiter. I don't think one spawned, chat. They belong to the trees, and the trees belong to... See, I originally had this glitch with Roofant, but I kept it because I thought it was funny. But then it just doesn't make sense with the Caffalo at all. You know? Well, for some reason, Bovenile can't spawn on the treetops. So it's like, what's going on there? Say. I mean, according to the files, we should be seeing one Bovenile for every 10 Caffalo. But that... Oh wait, there is a Bovenile. Holy crap. Where? Effect give AE type equals Cobblemon Pokemon glowing infinite 1 true. There's a Bovenile somewhere. There he is, there he is, there he is, there he is. He's all the way over here. Holy crap. Is he swamp form? He absolutely is. Holy crap. Check that out. Check that out. Isn't that awesome? He's the exact form he needs to be. Maybe he fell from a tree, who knows? Yeah, I just had to like shake the ground with the shockwaves of me killing everything enough times for him to fall out. Oh, hi Caffalo. You know, I'm actually gonna catch this one. Alright, effect clear at E. There we go. But yeah, we finally got one to spawn. And it's the right pattern and everything. That's so cool. And what level is he? He's level 32. Wow. Just freaking wasted 2 Master Balls, man. It's okay. The next thing we need to do is make him evolve correctly. Because right now, he can evolve into his normal form, right? And the plan is for that when he's in a swamp like this, he'll evolve into his other form. But I haven't done that yet. So that's what we're going to do next. And in order to do that... excuse me. In order to do that... we need to... let's see. We need to go back here. And we need to come here. Right? Yes, okay. And I need to open up Cafalo's data species file. And then here, I need to add an extra... I need to add an extra little thing. So we're gonna change this ID from Cafalo Bovenile to Cafalo Bovenile River. And then yeah, like that. And then requirements. Cattail buffalo? Cafalo is, it's buffalo and calf, like C-A-L-F, like a baby bovine, baby cow, baby buffalo. Cafalo. Although cattail kind of would work because of how Bovenile's tails work. But I need to take this, and I need to add an evolution like this. Bovenile Swamp. And then I need to add a requirement. Boop, like that. Variant. And then... bio. I thought those were cattails. I mean, I guess they look like cattails. And then I need to do biome condition. And then hash Cobblemon is swamp. Like that. And then and then I think I need to do the same thing that I did with the spawns. So yeah, I need to come here and I need to do Bovenile mud pattern equals river. And then Bovenile mud pattern equals swamp. Like that. Is there like an anti-condition for spawn pools? I hope there's like an anti-condition for this stuff. Because I could make it so that he evolves everywhere except Swamp into the normal form. Multiple visual variants. Maybe? No. Wait, no, it's gotta be here. Maybe? Or maybe it's in, species features. Just saw the Gaming Award nominees, some interesting games. Ooh, that's exciting. Evolution requirements from the Cobblemon GitLab. Blah 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 blah. This links to a folder that has all the code files to all the possible evolution requirements. Okay. Where do I see this? I don't know how to navigate this chat. To the Git folder on GitLab that has the code files to all possible evolution requirements for you to reference. Chat, I don't know what I'm looking at. Is it here? Fabric? No. I feel like this isn't right. Can also generate blah blah blah. What if I use this instead? Blah blah blah. I tried this earlier. It didn't really work that well. You gotta go to evolutions, bovenile, whatever. Requirements. Requirement type. It would normally just be biome, right? But that's here. Which you can't use it again. I don't know what to do. I don't know. What if we just kind of, what if we just kind of went with it? What if we just kind of just like dove in head first and hit our head on the bottom, you know? I feel like that's a good strategy. Boop. I'm just going to update the data pack right now and pray that it works. Okay. Okay. Chat. It seems Cephalo is ready to evolve twice. Okay. So, let's just go over to, like, this normal area up here, right? We're in, like, a savanna, right? Okay. That's the wrong one. We got Cephalo. We can evolve it. Why can it evolve into both? That doesn't make sense. Slash give Pokemon Cephalo level equals 30. Okay, we're not in a swamp. Why is it... So we obviously did something wrong. Can I open... Can I open up, Milceries? Is there an open recent? Yes, there is. Is there Milcery down here? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna open Milcery, look at their evolution, because they do something similar. Variant held item, variant time range, and my music's frozen. Unfrozen, that's nice. So it'll go requirements, blah, 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 blah. Time range, day, permanent, true. Maybe we make permanent. What does permanent do? Hold on. Hold on 1 second. What if I bring... I want to see what... I'm going to confirm my suspicions on what permanent is by bringing up Charizard. Alright. If I scroll down, where's evolutions? Yes. Blah, blah, blah. Aspects, mega, base stats, all that. Battle only true. There is no permanent here. Gmax, evolutions, Dynamax, block true, battle only 2. I like how they have code for the Gmax type and stuff, even though it's not in the game at all. What if I add permanent false? Requirement. Consume held item false. Level 29. Biome. Cobblemon is swamp. Are we sure this is correct? It ain't working right. Sorry, I didn't show that. I just tested it again and it didn't work. Let's see if this works. No. It doesn't. Let's add the permanent thing, I guess. Permanent. And then it's just permanent false, I think. False. Like that. Maybe? Maybe? Boo 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 boo. Oh, I didn't show that on stream, did I? I put permanent false here. I put permanent false there. I need to get better at showing things on stream. Okay, still doesn't work. Why? I don't understand what's going on here. Yeah, I'm not in a swamp. Um, oh, you know what? I know what it is. Hold on. Check this. Here's what's wrong. Chat, it happened. The universal coding experience, you forgot to capitalize one single letter. Boom! There we go. And then we come over here and we just kind of walk into this other biome. Suddenly, you can pick the other one. And then you leave the biome. And it goes away. No, it didn't crash. I had forgotten to capitalize one single letter in the code, and fixing it caused it to work suddenly. I have another idea. Check this out. What if, hear me out. That didn't. Hear me out. What if I do this? Copy. Paste it here. Exclamation point. Right? Hear me out. I have no idea if this will work. But it'd be so cool if it did. Can you imagine if this works? So what now? I'm trying out this stupid thing, and if it doesn't work, errors in the data pack. Okay, it doesn't work. I guess I should have, yeah. What if I put the exclamation point here instead? Average coding experience. Yeah, for real. At this point, I'm just messing around. I want to see if this works. I want to see if I can get this to work via some stupid thing. Alright. And then I just pasted the thing into here. Let's see if it works. It's loading. Wild that it loaded. We can do, look, evolves. We go into the swamp. Okay, it doesn't. But whatever, right? Whatever. That's fine. I don't really care that it lets you choose, you know? It's just like, oh, if you're in a swamp, you can get the swamp variant, you know? And I believe it also works if you're in a mangrove swamp. Right? So I can leave, lose the Evo, go into mangrove swamp. Unlocks. Yay! Check that out. And with that, I'm going to fix this. Whoop. I'm gonna put coding overlay there. I'm gonna put wiki overlay there. Now hide that. And we're just gonna watch it happen. We're just gonna evolve both of them. How about that? We're gonna release this guy. Release this guy. You just added Kiss's point redeem. I added that a couple streams. Or like last stream or the stream before. I can't remember exactly. But check this out. Check this out. We got a Caffalo. Actually, I need to change the hitbox of Bovenile as well, which I guess I'll do last. We're here. Evolve. You should do a song request redeem. Bovenile. Song request redeem would be interesting. I don't know how that would work, especially with how finicky DMCA can be sometimes. But then we go over here. Caffalo seems ready to evolve. We send him out in a swamp biome. We can get swamp variant. Sparkly kid. That's a great use of emojis, Presto. Boom. Swamp. I don't like song requests. I don't know. I don't know how I have no opinion on them because I don't know how annoying it would be to implement. But now we have our Bovenile. Bovenile's one of the faster ones because he walks. He's got big strides. Okay, power went down. Oops. It'll come back on. I'm sure. But yeah, now we have fully functional Bovenile. Yay! Everybody celebrate. It took us 3 streams, but we are here now. I just gotta fix the hitbox. We need to, like, double the height of the hitbox and, like, make it a bit wider. We're gonna do Bovenile. Nope. We're gonna do Bovenile over here. Where's hitbox? That's not the right one. Where's this? Did I not just not make a data file? Need to switch to power station. Oogie. Bovenile. Okay. Where is his hitbox? Hitbox. I need to make the height like 1.8. I need to make the width like 1.3. This should work. This should fix the hitbox. That's definitely better. That's definitely more what I was going for. So now when you send out his shiny, it should... Because the shiny particles are based on their hitbox, so... Yes, okay, the shiny sparkles work way better now. There we go. Check it out. And then we can just, for good measure. And then we can... Bovenile shiny mud pattern equals swamp. I love how you can just do that in the commands now that I've added a new feature. That's so cool. Shiny. Imagine like a trainer in like an actual Pokemon game that just has 2 Boveniles and it's just like you fight one and then he just sends in the other one and it's like, whoa, you know? Do a push-up request? How am I gonna prove that I did the push-up? Back. Welcome back. We just fixed the hitbox. Check it out. Boom. The shiny sparkles work. About songs, it's a cool thing, except it's a mess. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, I don't know. I'd love to add more chat interactions. It's just a matter of which ones can I do with the most minimal amount of scuff, you know? And then check out Cafalo. He can, please. You can level him right up. And then he can evolve into the shiny ones. Hey Dion, do you ever wonder how weird working at a Pokemart would be like? Yes. You're listening to Small Hands 30 times in a row, cause haha funny, it's a local thing. I will now be listening to Yakety Sax on loop. But to what you were saying, Kermison, imagine coming into a Pokemart, or like a guy coming into a Pokemart, he's like, okay, I need 999 of all of your stuff, and you're like, and you're just standing there like, how they pay and they say cash, yeah, that too. But imagine they ask for like 999 potions, because I do that sometimes, and it's like, well, you're just standing there like, there's no way we have that in stock. And you go to like the warehouse underneath the Pokemart, because there's no way they're storing it under like anything else, right? Like the Pokemarts are way too small for them to have like a stock room in the back. It has to be like an underground area, and there's just like millions of potions in a box. And that guy walks out with like 50 shopping bags, all like going down. You like can't even see his arms because he's holding so many bags. Yeah, just toss the trainer the keys to warehouses, like, go get them yourself. I'm not confused how a kid just has trillions of Poké Dollars. Well, I mean, I don't know. That is also another thing. It's like, where did you get all this from? And it's like, oh yeah, or like it's like just about closing time, and it's like you're like just about to close up shop for the day, even though it is 24 hours, so that wouldn't happen. But you're like closing up shop, and you took all the money out of the cash to like count it in the back and whatnot. And it's like you're like depositing it at the bank, right? And like some kid comes in with like 30 Comet shards, and it's like, yeah, I need to cash these in, and you have 0 cash. Poor guys. That's why people become Pokemon Center nurses, because they don't have to deal with money. Where'd you get all those money from? Kid with 6 gods on his phone. I found them. The ability to keep rematching Lil Timmy with this Caterpie and their family is just taking out loans. Yeah. Or like the rich kids in Diamond Pearl that you can battle over and over to get like shards and stuff. I don't remember what they give you. I don't think it's shards. But chat, since we are done with Bovenile, you can expect a short for that, right? Tomorrow, probably. But also, do you have any meme neon? Not like locked and loaded to like just throw on stream, no. Planned? I don't know what you mean by that. Do I have any memes planned? Meme fake. Oh, meme Fakeamon. Okay. Actually? That's a good question. I think... I think there are a couple that I have that could pass as Mememon that I have planned. Okay, can I tell you what I did this weekend? I went through and I went into a Google spreadsheet, right? And basically what I did was I went through and I entered in the base stats for over 150 Fakeamon. just compiling them all in one place so I can compare them all and like balance them. So, and I don't want to show it to you yet because I don't want to spoil the names of stuff. But I do have a spreadsheet where I can just like sort things by their speed stat and whatnot. And I guess I can tell you this. You'll never guess what the fastest Fakeamon in our decks is. Spoiler, I've already done him on stream. You'll never guess which mon is the fastest in our decks. Prosto knows. He's like maybe a little red. You know, got some white in there too. But okay, I'm not even kidding. I threw Pyrowork into a damage calculator the other day, and turns out he can outspeed and one-shot basically every other mon in our decks with Explosion. There's only like a couple of mons that survive Pyrowork Explosion with like in like a competitive format. But then again, there are like several mons that can full counter him as well. He would have been banned in my country, not a joke. Alright, well. Since we are done with Bovenile, I am going to go ahead and move on to modeling the next Pokemon. Which is fun, right? Y'all ready to see what the next Pokemon is? How about it? How about it? How about it? And this one should be easy because this one's the opposite of Bovenile. Or like, I don't know. Well, I wouldn't say the opposite, actually. Basically, I have all of the data files for this next Pokemon, but I don't have a model in animations. If you launch a firework now, you can go to jail, so don't. Oh, dang. Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Just don't, whatever you do, do not let Presto get his hands on a pyrowork. For his own safety. We are going to go ahead and open the current model that I have. I'm gonna close that folder. I'm gonna close this folder. Hi, Restream. I wouldn't do it if I were me either. Is it a new mon? Yeah, we're going to new mon today. Well, it's already in the data pack, but I want to remake its model because I don't like its design currently. Not a 3rd stage. Nope. Bovenile stays a 2-stage. Water ground with Sap Sipper. I think that's strong enough. Wanna guess? Okay, I'll give you the time to guess while I load it into Blockbench. Wait, did you guess it before? I don't think you did. Anybody else want to guess what the next mon is? Braining. Can we see the original design? Yeah, I'm literally going to delete the model in the file and just make it a new thing so I don't have to replace anything in the code. I'll just change the model and then it'll just work, you know? But Krim, do you want to guess what it is? Fast guy, tricky guy, bulky guy. Smart guy next. A moth. we got a guess for a moth. By the way, I literally have the file up right now. Brain is not braining, so you can't think of a guess. Okay. Well, to answer the question, it's a bird. Dark flying. It's hold on. Let me pull it, let me drag in its textures. Wait. Import. It's a bird. A shiny bird. But here's the thing. It's a flightless bird, so it is pure normal. It doesn't have wings. It walks on the ground and climbs trees. Well, doesn't really climb trees. It kind of like chills in bushes. And this is its original design, right? I can throw in its sprite and everything. It's a hedgehog bird. Yeah. Or a hairy potato. It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? Let me see if I can find its sprite. So, this is what it would look. This is originally how I designed it, right? This guy right here. And to be honest, I really ended up just like not liking this design at all. It just didn't fit with like the vision I had. I also have concept art for it, I think. Yeah, I do. Here's the concept art. Give him to me, I'll make him an Easter egg. But this is this guy's original design, right? And I went through so like years and years of actively trying to make him like good and make his like I could not figure out a good evolution for him to evolve into, right? I'll adopt them. I will let you adopt this design because I do not want it anymore. And then he's also got some animations, which he can kind of just like walk around. He can be in battle. He can cry. He can blink. He can faint. When he faints, he goes meh. He kind of hides. But the idea for this guy eventually is what turned into Hatchick, right? Because Hatchick was meant to be like a nest Pokemon that would turn into like a motherly Pokemon that stays in the nest, right? And we were just like, okay, well, we don't need this guy anymore, so we'll just take his name and assign it to a different Pokemon. So the new, and I like this design a lot better. The new design for App Tweet is this. This is what, it's kind of a drastic change, I know. But this is what he's going to look like. He looks like a mole detective with a small hat. He kind of does. But take your screenshots now because this is the last we're gonna see of him. He is going to stay in older versions of the data pack, so don't you worry. You did want to say owl, but you said moth. Yeah, that's a full-on change. We changed him. He's gonna be a Kakapo now. Instead of like a little like a scruffy guy, he's gonna be a Kakapo, which is a flightless bird. And I thought about making this guy like a normal grass type. And honestly, I still kind of am. Kakapo is a fun name. Yeah, it's a type of like parrot. I've thought so much about making this guy grass type. Hold on, let me pull up. But I really don't want to make him a grass type because we have a lot of other grass types. Give him shoes. Let me sort by dex number here. The next grass type comes in... Okay, yeah. The only thing... Give him shoes if he walks a lot. Maybe. I thought about making his feet, like, different, but I like the little sticks that he's on. There are going to be like 2 other early game grass types. And then in early game a kind of early game water type. Yeah, I guess there's early game water types besides Bovenile. Fire types not so much. But you get more fire types later on. So it's not really that big a deal. Yeah, there's plenty of fire types to go around later on. So for now, I don't know. Chat, can we do like a poll? I don't know. I don't think we can. But do we say this guy should be a normal pure normal or normal grass? While I start to model him, you want to do pure normal or normal grass? I'm asking everybody, by the way. I just want like a general consensus. I'm also going to remove the textures. Would it benefit to be grass? Here's the thing. What benefit to be grass? Yeah, strong to water, strong to rock ground. And his gimmick, this guy's gimmick is that he smells nice, and he has like this aroma that surrounds him. And he'd get like Bullet Seed probably, but he'd get mostly normal moves is the thing. So like he'd get like Aromatherapy and Bullet Seed, and those are the only grass moves he gets. And like probably not Leafage either. Maybe Grassy Glide, I don't know. You walking on the ground, he stomps it, he shows who's boss here, yeah. We can make him grass type, I guess. I need to make the root bone whatever. And he's gonna be small as well. I'm just gonna start from nothing. Like that, I guess. He's gonna be like Hatchet size. Is it a normal thing to sniff small burbs? I feel like my Raptormon Venodrake would hunt this guy. The thing that he does is he hops around and he eats fruits, and then he smells like whatever fruit he ate, and he can turn it into like a soothing thing. And that's what he does. Boop. And he doesn't have wings. Oh no, potato guy. Do we eat durians? I mean, maybe. But like, regardless of what he eats, it'll always end up smelling nice, you know? So even if he eats like a stinky food, it'll still end up smelling like flowers or something, you know? A little stinker. Maybe like that. Like this. Yeah, okay. Man, then he just smells nice. Duplicate. If he eat potato, he'll smell like potato. Or like maybe he'll smell like potato stew. I don't know. The thing is, he always turns the smell into something that you'd want to be around, you know? I'm gonna do this, actually. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna move the pivot point down to here. Like that, right? No, like that. No, like that. There we go. Okay. And then I'll lean it forward like this. And then I'll duplicate it. And then this duplicate cube, we can lean it like this. This isn't working how I wanted it to. And then I shrink it by a little bit. There we go. And this cube is however many. Do MC support meshes? I don't think it does, no. He's a cute little guy. Sadly, it's too late, so I'm gonna go sleep. Good night. Good night, Crimson. I hope you have a good night, and I hope you enjoyed the stream while you were here. And I hope you can tune in for the next one. Little bird guy. There's his body pretty much done. Again, he's not going to be very big. Your game supports meshes, but not Bezier animation. I guess it's just a case-by-case thing, you know? Where it's like, this game supports this, well, this game supports this. You reminded me I need to fix it. Yeah. It's annoying, but it needs to be done, so like, you know? Maybe like that. Yeah, throw in a pile. And then I'm gonna do this actually. Check this out. Boom. Whoop. And then we can do like that, right? And then we can move it like there. And then make it smaller. And then we copy and paste this one and move it there. And there's the tail. Ta-da! Like that. With some dynamics, you know? Back, tail, middle, tail, right, tail, left, neck. Again. And then I can make all of this, I can make a group. And then this, I can make a group. Do you need to name those? It just helps me figure out what I'm looking at. It just makes the whole finding stuff easier, you know? You don't necessarily need to name them, but it just makes everything less annoying to find, I guess. I just realized this entire thing is not centered at all. We're just gonna group elements. We're gonna call this body, torso. Tail can also go in torso. Body needs to be centered. Okay. There's 17 meshed named cube usually. Yeah, it does that if I exit and re-enter the software, which I don't usually like to do. Because, again, it messes things up, and I don't like that. Okay, that head's too big. Like that, and I'm gonna increase the size 0.01. There we go. There we go, and I'm gonna make the neck a little longer. Whoop. Alright. In your case, it's irrelevant, and I'll become a single mesh at the end, so you don't care. Interesting how MC rendering entities. Yeah, it's literally just a file directory, and I think the fact that they simplify it like that makes it so much more easy to understand for me. I saw early code, it was just straight usage of OpenGL. That sounds miserable. Head. And then we'd have to do the beak. Which the beak is a very downward pointing beak. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. Probably something like this. Boop. I mean, it did work for a degree. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It doesn't sound like it worked fun. It was a million years ago. Yeah, I can imagine. And then for the beak, I want to center the pivot. Oh, Lord. Boop. Nope. That. Version 1.5.6, I remember. That was a while ago, Jesus. We can do 15 degrees like that. Maybe I rotate this, actually. Nope. Yeah, you're saying, yeah. I'm just over here like, you ain't lying. Dang. There we go. There's the beak done. I think the eyes will have to be built into the model. Unless I can do something weird. Which I might be able to. Whoop! You mean drawn? Kind of. I was thinking I would use cubes and kind of just like... Not exactly like this, but something like... that, where that could be the eye, you know? And then for the blink, like, so that it's not completely aligned on the pixels. Now we gotta do the head stuff. I imagine exactly same. Good. Great minds think alike. And he's got his bunny ears. Which are about that big. Boop. And then like that. And then like that. Like a 1/4 more of a pixel. Yeah. I set hotkeys for those, very helps. I just hold shift and control to do like the micro movements. Move, rotate, scale. Yeah. Now you do the feet. Ah! I think I'm going to make the feet 2D textures. Just like a... You know? Constantly swapping between those is annoying with a mouse. Doop. Maybe I don't make them a 2D text. Maybe I make them full blocks. Like that. Little paper feet. Yeah. And then for the bottoms of them, we do... What if make legs 5 times longer? Just like... Stiltsbird. Honestly, it goes a little hard, but it's kind of goofy. I want to actually do this. And then duplicate, move over here. And then move the pivot point here. Kind of like that. Or I guess I can do like more like this. And then like this. There we go. For a short boy to tall guy in a coat, he sells bootleg perfumes from under his coat. Yeah, it's like the Bean Boozled, but it's like perfume, you know? And then I'm gonna make his eyes real quick. I will move it. No, 5-1. Like that. Or actually, no, I don't even need to do that. I can just increase the entire thing by like that. Like that. He looks like he can evolve into a tall bird. Maybe. I actually really like this model so far. He's very stand-up and nice. And then I can take this. Hold on, I need to start naming this stuff. I left. I right. Ear, right. Yes, these are ears. They're not leaves. Ear, left. Leg. Right. Leg, foot, right. He looks, question. What's up? He eats a mango, he smells like a mango, right? Yeah. Would he taste like a mango too? No, he would taste like bird. But maybe your note. I guess he would taste like a little bit like mango, because taste has a lot to do with like what you're smelling, right? So if you're eating chicken but it smells like mango, it's probably gonna taste like mango, you know? Anyway, here is the basic model for now. We're gonna paint it. Boop. Element. Boop, 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 boop. And then the beak will be orange. So will the feet. He looks like Grookey. He's very Grookey colored, you noticed? Maybe he'd have like this. Who's Grookey? The monkey from Sword and Shield. What if I move the eyes down like a tiny bit? And then gave him like the highlights. I kind of like that better, honestly. Maybe like this. I dig that. I dig that. I dig that a lot. Boop. That? Nah. Ah! And then like this. With the tail. Yeah! Or maybe I can remove this. And then like that. I don't know. I'm just messing around with the colors and such. Whoop. Oops. Like that. That could work. Birdman. And you can do like a little bit of this. You know? Kind of like that, I guess. There we go. Falling asleep at 3:30 a.m. That's fine. As long as you're enjoying yourself, that's all that matters to me. Boop, boop, boop. I would enjoy some more coding, but not today. I mean, not now. And you know what? That's fine. I think it's good to pace yourself, you know? I don't know how I feel about this texture, though. Oh, I'm stupid. Like that. Let's turn off shading. There we go. I was trying to make looking logic, but kept staring at the sky like if player was 5 blocks tall. I've dealt with similar like jank regarding like looking logic. That works. Okay. Whoop. Shading on. Let's do this. Messed up numbers somewhere. Matrices multiplication order. I don't know. Don't feel bad. I don't know either. Being MC like AI system. Yeah, where it's like where like if you're close to something it'll look at you and then like look down as you understood it at least. Yeah. This song has actually grown on me a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hold on, I wanna see if I can... That looks much better. Yeah, that head turning logic, one of basic control. Yeah. Boop. Like that. Like that. And then... like that and like that. There we go. Whoop. I'm a very big fan of this guy so far. I really like the texture I'm doing. Waiting for power back and coding like at 2 a.m. Yeah. Don't overdo yourself, okay? Make sure you're pacing yourself properly for that stuff. That. Like that. Whoop. Um, there we go. That looks good. Do. App tweet. Boop. Boop. There we go. I'm gonna make the eyes this color. There we go. I like to make the eyes slightly colored because it adds personality, you know? Here we go. And you'll find this guy in like jungles and like pretty much, yeah, jungles, yeah. Whoop. There we go. And then the neck can be all dark. Like this. Whoop. There we go. Do 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 do. And then this color. Right? No, this color. I guess so. Right? Yeah. Like this. Yeah. My music broke. Music, come back, please. Thank you. Thank you. This is a good texture, honestly. I'm a big fan of this. Let's do this bit too. like this better, like that. And then this color for like, you know? Nah. Nah. Like this color? No. That works fine, I think. There we go. And then here we can do this. Oh. Oh, I didn't copy paste it. That's why. Paste. There we go. And then we do that. We do the back. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that works. And then like this maybe? That kind of just works. I'm not gonna lie to you. Boop. And then we can do like that. I don't know. I kind of like that. And then we put that there. That's good. And then on the bottom, we just do this. Ta-da! We got a bird. Dip it, dip it, dip it, dip it, dip it. Then I need to get the tail. Like that, maybe? No. Like this. There we go. And then like this. Boom, boom. Ta-da! I'm liking how this is looking so far. Can't even lie to you. Like that. And then like that. Like that. Like this, where the bottom has like the darkest green. And then we can just paint all this like that. Like this. Boom. This works, I think. Yeah, okay. Okay. Is that the top of the leg? Can't tell. Yes, okay. And then like this. And then the feet are gonna look like this. Weird looking feet. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. Like that. And then these two can be brighter. Nah, like that. Okay. And then I'm also going to do that. Just so there's no Z clipping. Right? Let me show this. And we paint. like this, and then we do like one brighter. And then we can do one darker. Or like this. And then we can do like this for here. Boop. Boop. There we go. And just like that, design is complete. This actually looks really good. I really like this design. And then we can remove this and give them the actual eyes. We need eyelid. Not that. Eyelid. Like that. Wait, hold on. They need to be 0.02. I'm dumb. Nope. This. And then we go to paint. Boom. Boom. Something like that. I'm gonna hide his head, actually. Like that. Like this. And then I can just make these like that. And the bottom can be all this, like that. So now when his head is showing, the blink looks like that. There we go. There we go. Okay. So that's what he looks like when he's blinking. And then we need to get the eyes back. And now we get to do shiny. Now we get to do shiny. Let me pull up a picture of the shiny real quick. I think I need to open Photoshop for this. Hopefully I don't crash. Um. Let's open up AppTweet line. Why do I not have their shinies? Hello? Apparently I just don't have their shinies. Okay, that's cool. Um... Well, whatever. We'll wing it. We'll wing it. We'll wing it. Okay? We're just gonna wing it. I'm gonna duplicate. This can be AppTweet shiny. Right? Boop. 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 No. Boop. Boop. And then... Okay, yeah. This also becomes grayish. Hold on. This. Do I play Bed Wars? I'm gonna be honest. I played it a couple times, but I don't like play Minecraft currently. Like the only thing I do Minecraft related is this stuff. And then I don't remember if the yellow stays the same. No, that's not the right color. Nope. I need the beak. Like that. Like that. I wish I had the shinies. I don't think I do though. Here it is. Okay, so yeah, it literally is just this. Here's the shiny for AppTweet. Normal, shiny. I think it's a neat shiny. But yeah, that's pretty much it for, we can look at the animations. They're probably gonna be awful. If I do this. Yeah, they're not gonna work at all. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna order these files, and then we're gonna be done with today's stream, honestly. I don't think we're gonna have time for animations today. We're gonna group all this as head. We're going to put the beak as well. Okay. Leg right and foot right, we're gonna group as leg right, and then we can group this as well. Dude. Wait, am I stupid? This leg left. This is foot left. There we go. And then I group that as foot left, okay? And then I have to group all of this. Like that. Gosh, I'm hungry. Head can go into torso. Torso pivot point needs to be centered. How does this look? No, oops. How's that? How's this? That's better, we're getting there. There we go, that's kind of what I want for that. Head. Center pivot. Alright. -2. Okay, so then the head pivot can be there. I didn't texture the bottom of the head, I just realized. Chat, guess what we get to do now? We're just gonna do this real quick. There we go. There's the bottom of the head textured. And I can do the same for this. Excuse me. That's right, right? Yep, I got. Shiny. I really like this shiny. I like how the yellow pops with it. Although I need to do that. Alright. Is there anything else that needs done? I don't think there is, unless there's like... Oh, I need to make the root. I remember now. Okay. We'll just center body. Like there. Maybe a little further back. Yep, and then this can go into body, this can go into body, group elements, root. And then boop boop boop. Right there. Like that. There we go. So now its pivot for the entire thing is there. That works. I gotta group these as well. Group. Do. I know this ending is kind of anticlimactic, but like, it'll be useful for next stream, you know? I forgot what I was doing. Ears. Center pivot. Like right there? Yeah. Is that right? Like that. Wait, hold on. I need to do this. And then this. Yes, okay. So now they pivot from here. Maybe they should pivot from the middle, actually. This 25. Boop. Zero, 15, -2. 0, 15, -2.5. 15.5, hold on. 0.5. There we go. They pivot from the exact same spot now. There we go. And then all that's left are the tails. Which their pivot point can be, hello? Like there-ish? That kind of works. Maybe a little higher up. That works. Tail middle, pivot point can go here. And then these ones can go 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1. And 1, 2, 1. Then the legs. Pivot point can go like there. Did. 3, 3. Okay. We're gonna just make this 1, 0. Like that. You know? 1.5, and then this one can be negative 1.5. Yeah, okay. Okay, and that is, besides the beak, I think everything, right? Because the beak rotates from which I think could be fixed a little bit by like that. Maybe we do something like this. And then, hold on. Duplicate this. Make it go down like that. Whoop. We're gonna hide this. We're just gonna make it 9.5. Negative 7.5. Wait, no. $10.5. Negative 5.5. And then duplicate, move it down like that. Whoop, whoop. Like this, maybe? No. I'm gonna go do some secret tech chest opening against it. Oh no. Furlax, you already, like, soloed me last time. You tell me you're gonna do it again? Be prepared. I will try. No promises. I will move this to here. And then I can paint it all this. Like that. And now when he opens his beak, it looks like this. See, now he has an actual beak. Yay! And there's not just nothing underneath it. And then with the shiny, I can just do this. Maybe a little darker. Like that much. And then you open his beak with the shiny, and it goes meh. Ta-da! And just like that, we have the model for App Tweet. Yay! That took like no time at all. Alright, sick. It helps that it's a small model, but that's awesome. We now have this. I think this is like one of the best sprite works I've done so far. I can't even lie to you. This is so good looking. But anyway. that is going to do it for today's stream, actually. So, I hope you all enjoyed. To anybody who's here right now, thank you so much for watching. I also appreciate anyone who is here but left halfway through. You are also awesome. What matters is that you were here, you know. Whether you were chatting, lurking, playing in the background, like all of you amazing people, you know. If you want to watch the VOD after the stream ends, that'll be available on my YouTube. As well, if you are curious about like the Fakemon that I create and you want to learn more about them, I also have a series on YouTube about that. It's where I go in detail about every single one of them. You can expect Bovenile's entry to go up tomorrow, hopefully. And then, let's see, what else is there? If you're on YouTube, you like what you see, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me out. And if you're on Twitch, hit the follow. That also helps me out. And if you want to see when I go live, or you want to see sneak peeks of stuff that I'm going to be doing on stream in the future, you should follow me on Twitter, because I post all that kind of stuff on there. And that's also if a stream like gets delayed or I have to cancel or something, I will notify on Twitter. So that's how you know. That's how you know about that. I've been AFKing on stream to get private. Dang, I only have 800. You'll get there. I trust. You know. But anyway, thank you all once again for tuning into stream, and I will see you all. I will see all you guys on Friday. We will finish up App Tweet. We'll get them all working. And it'll be a great time, you know? But until then, goodbye. 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 Bye-bye.